raised your vibrational frequency, now what? Typically when people raise their vibrational energy, there's this like cooling off period, right? Not always, but typically there's like this chill period where you kind of like plateau for just a short period of time. And that's really good, right? Because you want to take a breather, you want to take a break from all the shadow work that you've done, realizations and downloads and all the processing. That's really exhausting. And your physical body has to catch up, because here's what happens. Your soul can raise its vibrational energy into like infinity, like that, like with zero time, not even like in 1 second, like with zero time. Your soul is not confined to raising it at a certain rate. Now your physical form, though, your physical body is in this dense 3D energy, and so your physical body can only do so much at a time. So what happens is your soul will raise its vibration when you are reading, learning, growing, clearing shadows, all those kind of things, right? So your soul will go whoop, and your body will go, oh, okay, hold on, let me catch up. And then your soul will go whoop, and your body will go, oh, okay, hold on, let me catch up, right? And we just keep going like that. Like your body needs to catch up. This is the time period when you're usually extra tired. You need to go to sleep earlier. You need naps. You notice you can't really eat junk food because you need more nourishing food. You've really got to nourish your physical body to help it recover from all the work that you've just done. So when you're in that plateau period, freaking enjoy it. Like, enjoy it. You feel better here than you've ever felt before. It feels relaxing here. It feels more easy. It feels more peaceful. Enjoy it. If you are then looking to what can you do next, just live out those things that you've learned. That takes practice, right? Literally no one can do them all perfectly the first time you learn them. So just pay attention to the things that you've learned and how you want to apply those in your life. And you can continue to read. You can continue to work on shadows as they come up and clear that energy. You can continue to do all these things, but there usually is kind of a slowing down period for you to like fully process, fully explore, fully accept this kind of new vibrational energy that you're living in. Why are you still attracting all those low vibrational people even though your vibe has risen? Let's talk about it. What are you doing differently? What are you doing differently to not attract those people to you? You can raise your vibrational frequency, but if you are still being the participant in the energy of lower vibe people instead of the observer, guess what happens? You're participating in that energy, so that energy is staying around. Yeah, you can raise your vibrational energy with your awareness, but if you're not living out that frequency that's up here and you're still living out down here, guess what? You didn't really raise your vibe. Or if you are living it up here, right? You truly are, but you still seem to be attracting those people into you that are lower vibe that you don't prefer, then you just haven't gotten the hang of it yet. And that's okay. It takes a minute to get the hang of the new frequency. So like, give yourself some grace. It's totally fine. All you need to do is focus on those things that you do prefer instead of the things that you don't prefer. If you notice you're getting a lot of those low vibe people that you just don't want to vibe with anymore, just stop giving them your focus, energy, and attention. That is the only thing that is keeping them in your space. If you would prefer to attract higher vibe people, make a list of those attributes that you would love to have in other people. Like, be as detailed as you possibly can be, and then look at that list and say, okay, which one of these am I? Because if you are not those things on that list yourself already, you cannot attract those high vibe people because you're not existing on the same plane of energy. You're just not. If you want those higher vibe people that are in your list, you want them to vibe with you and you want those people only to be attracted to you, you also have to be that. You also have to change your energy to that. So that's how you can kind of fine tune raising your vibrational frequency. Does anybody else, when they say the word risen, think about risen from those t-shirts that are being sold all over TikTok? He has risen. Is it just me? Because I have teenagers. Is it just me? It's the teenagers, I think. Risen. Why is everything still bothering you even though your vibrational frequency has risen? Where's your focus? You can raise your vibrational energy, but if you are still focusing on all of those things about your life that you hate, all of those things about your life that aren't going well or aren't going how you prefer, guess what you're doing? You are telling the universe, that's where I want to focus. That's the kind of energy that I want. You have to focus on what you prefer instead of what you don't prefer if you want to change your energy, if you want to change your circumstances, circumstances and your environment. You also have to learn to let things freaking go. Like, you just do. You cannot expect happiness and peace and ease if you are still focused on all of the ways people have wronged you. Babes, it doesn't matter anymore. You have outgrown that, right? You've grown up. You have excelled beyond those boundaries. It is time for you to say, you know what? That was like old me. It really doesn't even matter anymore, right? Are you still mad about the kid in first grade who tripped you on the playground? No, because it doesn't matter. That's so silly. That's such nonsense. You've outgrown it. So if you're finding that everything is still bothering you, even though you've worked on yourself a lot, where is your focus? Pay attention to where your focus is, and that will tell you why you are attracting certain kinds of energy. Why haven't your problems gone away even though you've risen your vibrational frequency? What the freaking heck? Let's dive into it. Raising your vibrational frequency does not mean that everything is peachy keen, everything is unicorns and rainbows, and everything is perfect from here on out. That does not mean that at all. Raising your vibrational frequency means that you now have the capacity to deal with those things that you don't prefer so much better than you ever did before. That means you now have the ability or the capacity to not see things as tragedies, to not see things as the world is ending, but to see things for actually how they are, right? It allows you to deal with those things in a high vibe way, have a high vibe response. Raising your vibrational frequency gives you the perspective that you need to deal with things. It allows you to see things in a way that you couldn't see them before. So it allows you to not make such a big deal about all those things that are happening to you. So yes, things that you don't prefer are still going to happen to you even when you raise your vibrational energy. However, they happen a lot less. Those bad things or things you don't prefer happen so much less when you raise your vibrational energy, and those bad things that do happen to you still aren't seen as tragedies, aren't seen as catastrophes. You don't see your life as a constant battle and a constant struggle, making everything so much easier for you. There still will be things that happen to you that you don't prefer, but it's how you respond to them that proves to yourself that you've risen your vibrational energy. If you have risen your vibrational energy and you're looking at your world the same that you did before you started working on yourself, you haven't actually risen your vibrational energy. You've learned things, but you haven't put them into practice. You can learn all that you want, but if you don't start taking on to embody that stuff that you're learning, you're not changing anything, right? I can know how to clean my house, but if I don't actually clean my house doesn't get clean. Does that make sense?